Mamma mia pizza pie. So this is going to be a world record training video for our mouse and keyboard friends to learn dribbling and flicks. Now, how you want to start is get into free play training and get the ball on top of you with the Baki's mod option. They added that recently. It's really good. So you just put the ball on top of your cart and try to stay in the center ring. Now, the importance of staying in the center ring is because it keeps the ball on top of your cart. Now, you'll find if you go to the right side of the ring, it pushes it left. If you go to the left side of the ring, it pushes it right. If you go to the front of the ring, it stops it. And then if you stay behind it, it pushes it forward. Now, these are the basics of dribbling. You'll get the finesse for it the more you practice, and you really want the ball not sparking at all, just staying on the top of your cart, and that's called the sweet spot. If you get the ball in the sweet spot, you're ready to start flicking. Now, what are the flicks? You got the front flick. You got the 45-degree flick. You got the side roll flick. You got the 90-degree flick. LOL. Let me do that again. You got the 90-degree flick. And the 180-degree flick, right? Oh man. So, there's a musty flick. I can't really do it. I haven't really practiced. There's a breezy flick. You know, where it's something where you make contact with the ball and it looks really cool. I can't really do it that well, but maybe one day. So, why do you even want to learn how to dribble? Well, to flick. Well, why would you even want to do that if you can push it twice the speed and go off the wall for some cool aerial plays, right? Like, oh man, I'm flip resetting. It's so cool. But now look, if this was a real game, you've committed your position, so now you're out of the play. Maybe you used all your boost. Your teammate is now in a 1v2 to defend this ball. Whereas if you dribbled it instead and then flicked the first defender, now you have the 2v1. Now you have the initiative. You can shoot again off the rebound. You can steal their boost. You can go for a demo. You can bump. But what you got to look out for is if you don't capitalize right away off beating the first defender and you miss your shot, you'll turn around and that guy's coming back. He's got to save the day. He's going to demo you. He's going to clear the ball. So you got to watch out for that. Now, how do you do these flicks? Well, once you got the ball in the sweet spot of your car, the front flip flick, it's pretty easy. Even though I just messed it up. All you do is drive forward and press space twice. Or whatever your jump button is, minus space. And this will launch the ball in the direction you're facing. This is a good flick. It's standard. It goes where you're facing, does what you want to do. And then, yeah, it's pretty easy to do. What you want to be doing for a shot is let the ball be on the more on the front of your car, right? You want it being pushed forward, and this will give it some forward leverage or forward launch power, right? But if someone's challenging, you might want to roll it back farther on the back of your car to launch it up higher over them, and it kind of keeps it closer to you. So this is a good flick. You can do diagonal flicks too if you're more on one side of the ball. It'll flick it the opposite direction. But it's just a nice standard flick to start out with and, you know, not get too complicated. It gets the job done for sure. Now, the next flick is the side roll, right? So, the side roll isn't much of a shot, you can see, but it's really good at maintaining possession while beating a defender. You see, it goes the same speed I'm going. It doesn't launch it away from me like the other flicks. But it hits it up high in the air. So now you can keep possession and truly take advantage of a 2v1, you know. If you flick somebody on your side of the field and you get possession around here and the guy's in the goal, you have a lot of room to get another shot off. So this is the perfect flick for just beating a guy, like a quick little flick. If you're dribbling it quick and you see someone coming, you want to just do a little side roll and get it over them, right? Now the next flick is the 45-degree flick. This is my go-to. This is the one I am most comfortable with and I've practiced the most. I think it's the most flexible. You can get the most amount of jobs done with it. And it looks the coolest in my opinion. Besides like maybe the musty flick or the breezy flick, shout out those guys. But this is a practical flick you want to be using. And let's see why. So, as opposed to the side whirls flick or the front flip flick, the 45-degree flick hits it left or right, depending on which side you go to. So if you want to hit it right, you go to the left side of the ball and flick it right. If you want to go to the left, you go to the right side of the ball, flick it left. And now, it's all depending where you are underneath the ball when you flick. So if, for example, if you just want to do the standard 45-degree flick, if you're driving straight, you want to just go left under the ball and hold air roll right and boost. And you see it puts you in this position right under the ball on an angle. And the other side there too. So when you flip in the opposite direction, it's going to flick it that way, right? So if you see someone coming and you're going straight, depending on where they're coming from, you just flick it the opposite direction, right? Now, this flick, like I said, is the most versatile. You can pretty much do anything with this if you're good enough. You can just beat a guy while maintaining possession. You can flick it with a lot of power for a shot. You can hit it left or right just to get it around someone. If you see a teammate but you can't get it to them in time by any other means, you know, you can just flick it over to them, right? So this is my go-to flick. This is the best one I've found, because even if someone's challenging you and they would dunk a normal flick if they pre-jumped, this one does a good job of hitting it around them. So even if they do manage to make contact, it's going to hit to the side, off the walls. You have a lot more time to recover and get back into the play. And this is the power of the flicks, is compared to like a ceiling shot or an aerial shot or whatever, you don't have to commit anything, but you force the defenders to commit to save it. And that's truly the power, is now you get the rebound and they're just panicking at this point. You can do whatever. So the next flick is the 90-degree flick. This is a good flick. This and the 180 degree flick are the same, right? It's just a matter of how far you turn. And you do want to keep the ball farther on the front of your car for these flicks, I've found. And you can even incorporate like a 45-degree maneuver into the backwards flick. You got to be pretty quick to do it, but it gives it some good height on the ball, so you can kind of combine some of the flicks. But yeah, it all roots from the main 45-degree flick or the 90-degree flick, or you know, the standard ones. So it's pretty straightforward how to do. You just keep it on the front of your car, and then you hold down jump a little bit, but not all the way. You'll see if you just press jump, it bops it away from you, and if you hold it down too long, it bops it away from you at the last second, right? So you want to hold it just a tiny bit, and you want to have some decent speed, and when you flick it, it's a pretty good launch. So if it's a 1v1, this might be a decent option. You know, if you're not sure when they're going to bite on the challenge, you might want to jump early. If I can do it, you might want to just jump early and see what they're doing, and just flick as soon as they challenge, right? Because you can even re-catch it and keep going and break out some of your inner evample. So this is a good one just for a change-up maybe. I found that if you're really good at it and get a good hit, you don't even have to be going that fast or anything, but you can launch it from your current position, which, you know, other flicks kind of make you go forward with forward momentum. But, you know, I haven't practiced this one too much. I have some cool clips using it, but I usually only use the 45-degree flick or the forward flick or the sideways flick. So yeah, these are the flicks. I think I did that in record speed. I hope you enjoyed. Eat some pizza or pasta. Holy camoli. More like holy cannoli. Parmesan. Marinara. That was some Alfredo, to be honest. Ciao.